Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Center for Advanced Spiritual Learning. I'm Lisa Beaumont, and we are here today to talk about a big subject, how to train the mind, how to discipline the mind so that we are maintaining positive thoughts that are then fodder for the universe to send us through the law of attraction the things that will make us happy, the things that will make us complete, the things that will bring joy in our lives. All right, so it all starts with the mind. Now, I'm not talking about the brain here, guys. I'm talking about the mind, that is the universal, infinite space within us where we have a connection with God, the mind of God, and where we are focused on our will in agreement with God's will. There is that space that is called the infinite mind. And when we're in that space, then we know that our will is joined with God's. And that's how we know we're setting up a positive vibration there that can and will bring about whatever it is that we're hoping for in our lives, okay? When God's will and our will are joined, I think we can agree. We can take it to the bank, right? So all we have to do is step into it. All right. We're going to create the very first thing. We're going to create a space inside our mind where good things can grow. We're going to, in this process, we're going to pull out all the weeds, all the erroneous thoughts and beliefs, all the misunderstandings, misconceptions, everything that we have somehow attained in our lives that are preventing us from moving forward and holding us somehow in the past. This is a very big subject. This will not be the only class on this that we do. So please just get what you can out of this one and know that there will be more coming because this has got to be broken down in increments, okay? So in order to have that clean foundation, to lay that foundation that we're going to need to build on, we want to say, let's start taking out the trash in our mind, okay? Let's set up a space within ourselves where there are no complaints. Complaining is one of the most negative things and one of the most routine and ritualistic things that we do every day. I mean, if we are complaining about one thing, the weather or, you know, what happened at the grocery store or what happened on your drive here or whatever, there's something always every day to complain about, but it's a choice. We may be doing that without realizing it because we're not aware of how many times a day we do that, but I'm asking you today, starting right here and now, to be aware of how many times a day you register a complaint, either in your thoughts or with your words, how many times you do it within yourself, how many times you spread that in other people. That's like spreading a virus, by the way. Such not a good thing to do. Okay, so let's make a decision. I'm going to live today, one day. Maybe I'm just going to do it for the next 2 hours. Whatever I think I can, I'm not going to think negative, or I'm not going to have complaining thoughts. If I catch myself doing it, I'm going to back up and I'm going to reform that thought without complaints. All right? We're going to focus on gratitude then. I am so grateful for. You might make a list of all the things that you're not grateful for and replace those negative, complaining, ungrateful thoughts with I am so grateful for. We're going to talk about why you can do that in just a minute. Flexibility. I'm going to realize that just because I think it doesn't make it true. And I'm going to be flexible here. And I'm going to be open and willing to say, well, you know, maybe I ought to rethink this. Because I promise you that the mind of God that mind that we're talking about here right now, does not have negative thoughts, ever. Not one, not ever. And you know why? It's because the perception of God, the way God perceives, is truth. And his perception is always positive, because something wonderful can happen of anything. That's one of my mantras, by the way. Something wonderful can happen of this. If I can't find a specific way to make a situation positive, something that's come into my life, I'm going to start by just saying in general, I don't know what's going on here, but I know something wonderful can come of it. And then I want you to notice the difference between how you feel inside when you're thinking negative thoughts and when you're changing those to more positive thoughts. Take this slowly. Do it 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, maybe 4 hours. Between now and noon, I'm not going to think negative thoughts. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be flexible that what I'm thinking may not be entirely true. I'm going to be open to the possibility that there's a better thought or a better way to see what I'm looking at, a way that will put a positive spin on it. And I'm going to be willing to allow my life to flow today as it wants to flow. Because when you do that, when you express that willingness, then what's going to happen is that things are going to come into your life that challenge you. They challenge you to stay in the space that you've just promised you're going to stay in. And the reason for that is, well, first of all, you need the practice, right? It's all about practice. But the secondary reason for that is that in order to know what you truly want in life, you must know what you don't want. All right, so if you're living in a space where you've got a lot of negativity in your life, maybe there's lack, maybe your relationships aren't good, you're not happy, you're feeling depressed, you don't want to leave the house, you don't have friends, whatever it is, if you're living in that space, that's a good thing, because you're understanding that you don't want to be there, right? That's not what you want. And so that is your jumping off point into a better you. So you're going to get a lot of that. When you make a decision to train the mind to become more disciplined with your thoughts, then you're going to become aware of all of those negative thoughts. And becoming aware of them and now knowing that this is not what you want gives you the opportunity to choose. All right? Choosing is what defines you. When you choose, when you decide to choose, whatever it is you're choosing, you are functioning from that empowered part of the mind, that part of the mind that says, I'm real, I'm here, and I get to do what I want to do. Doesn't matter what you're choosing, guys. I mean, if we're talking in the external, usually it doesn't matter, because the thing that we're really looking at here are the choices, the internal choices that we're making. Are we choosing not to complain, to be grateful, and all the rest? Because are we choosing those positive thoughts? That's how things work for us. That's how our lives become like a well-oiled machine, so to speak. It's running on positivity. But you throw anything else in there and it's not going to work. It's not going to work the way you want it to work. So when we decide what we want, and we decide then to make better choices that will make us happy, and we decide to start with a clean mind, what's happening in an energetic way, and this involves the law of attraction. This is really how this works. What's happening is that you are mystically creating an opportunity, or you will create a new opportunity that'll flow from that, and that will be in the physical. All right, you may create more than one opportunity. You may get up one day and wow, someone's called you about a job possibility, or a new love interest possibility has come into your life, or something, but you are going to create opportunity for yourself, and those are chances for you to discipline the mind, go through this process again, stay in a positive place so that you can create what it is that you've decided that you want. All right? So what I want you to do, guys, is realize that this is not an easy process. It is a simple process, but it is not easy. You have to learn to stand your ground. All right? You have to, once you've discovered what you believe and what you want, then you're going to stay in that space no matter what's going on externally. Now, I really believe that this job can work. It came my way. It came as a result of the hard work that I did, and I created this opportunity. It is here now. I want to believe. I'm going to believe that somehow something wonderful is going to come of this. Something wonderful is going to come of it. Now, this is creating a bigger you, all right? What's happening is that you're becoming large, enlarged within. You're becoming stretched. And as you are stretched inside, guess what's happening? It's all about self-love. You are becoming self-empowered by learning to use choice, and you are becoming self-loving by learning to give yourself the good food, internal food that you need to put yourself on your best path for success. Alrighty, so let's look at, let's look at noting, or let's say that what I'd like for you to do right now is later in the day, or whenever you want to do it, something that you might do to help move you forward a little bit in this, to help it become a little more concrete for you, is I'd like for you to note 5 traits within yourself that you are hoping for. All right, I'd like for those to be 5 internal traits. I'm not talking about 5 things that you want to manifest. I'm just talking about internal traits. I want to be happy. I want to be joyous. I want to be peaceful. You understand what I'm saying? The focus on feelings, I guess is what I'm saying, guys. I want you to focus on feelings. So we're going to do 5 traits feeling. 5 feeling traits. Now, write those down on a sheet of paper, and after you've written them down, I'd like for you to place the word I am in front of them. I am peace. I am joy. I am happiness. And I want you to make an affirmation out of those things. Because affirmations, if they're not real to you, don't really work. And this is not about a perfunctory system at all. This is not about behavior, I guess is what I'm saying. This is about thought. All right? So I want you to learn to see yourself in a different way. You will become what you think you are. All right? It all starts in the thoughts. And as I said, there is much, much more to this that we're going to be learning. And I'd like for you to just stay with us, and we'll, of course, be letting you know as those classes come along. All right, before we go, I would like to remind you, if you are so inclined, to join us in our twice monthly online free coaching sessions, the first and the third Tuesday of every month. Register for that program at www.coachingbylisa.com. www.coachingbylisa.com. It's been a joy as always. Have a beautiful day, guys. Bye.